Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Oh, that was a really high-pitched hi.
I haven't even been drinking, but that's the hi that I feel like. Welcome to our show.
Oh my gosh.
Get some jazz hands going.
Get some ASMR. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We should have mics so we can just constantly do that during the whole podcast because people just love that. Right? Stop.
Okay. So anyway, this is the General Hospital recap for July 13th through 17th, 2026. Did you see the good news this week? The happy news?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Rory Gibson got married.
Oh, I did see that. Yes. Yes.
On July 11th, he married his, what's it say? This is from just Yahoo Entertainment. General Hospital star Rory Gibson is soaking up the sun in Hawaii and gave fans a brief glimpse into his fun-filled vacation. Are they not calling it a honeymoon?
Right.
You're in Hawaii. Like, come on. Right. The beloved fan favorite actor shared a moment on Instagram from his vacation on the tropical island of Kauai, and it says that it has been revealed that he married his longtime partner, Alicia Rules, in an intimate ceremony. The couple began dating back in high school and have been together since 2011.
Wow.
They got engaged in October of 22. Aww.
Wow. Talk about a long engagement there, man.
Aww. And she confirmed in a now deleted Instagram story where she wrote, officially Mrs. Gibson.
Aw. Cute.
Oh, well, I'm sorry that you've had to delete that. I always hate, does that mean, I always feel like if someone deletes it, that means they were getting hate stuff on it, and I don't like that.
Don't know. Maybe she's not changing her name, and she thought about it after the fact. Who knows?
I feel like she's had some time.
I mean,
they didn't just meet. She's put thought into being Mrs. Gibson, I think.
Probably. I don't know.
All right. So we do have a couple Port Charles pipelines. So we did just decide it's going to be Saturday, August 1st at 8 p.m. is going to be the Pizza Pinot Noir Pajamas Port Charles party. We had to throw party in there too now. Party.
Right? Every week we're going to add another word.
Yes, exactly. We'll add pasta next week.
Only if it's Sonny's marinara sauce.
Next Saturday is July 25th and we hadn't come up with a date, an official date yet. So we are on this one. So we did have a couple people write in about that being okay. If you have not already written in and you would like to join us on August 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, shoot us an email. We will get you involved. If you're not able to join us on August 1st and you had written in, I'm guessing we're going to wind up doing this again just because it already sounds like, I can't imagine it's not going to go well.
Right.
So, all right. And we've been talking about doing a fan roundtable so many different times. And we're like, but what are we going to do? I like this theme idea. So we'll come up with a theme. Oh, we could do it around the holidays.
We could.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We're going to have themes. Okay. So from Liz, yep, I caught this while editing. Hello, ladies. I just finished listening to your July 13th podcast. When you were listing the men that Carly and Nina shared, I was yelling in my head. Do you know who we forgot? Or we just didn't mention, because I feel like we were just blah, blah, and then moved on.
No,
because I said that I thought that they were going to have Nina and Brennan get together. And you're like, we don't need them to share every man, Valentin and Sonny. We forgot Drew.
Oh, and Jax. Didn't they both?
And Jax. Yes. Hey, everyone who wrote in about Drew, you all forgot about Jax. We all forgot about Jax. Yep.
Okay.
And now we already know that Shannon was right.
Yes, you were.
And after thinking about it some more, Franco. Did Nina and Franco actually hook up, though? I think that they were just really good friends. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't think they hooked up. I hope not.
I think they kissed.
Was that like some type of setup something? I don't think they were actually.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking because I think in my head, I'm thinking of the LSD trip thing. Like, and that's where I'm. Yes, they were. They were actually a couple. Hold it. We did an entire 411 on Franco.
That doesn't mean anything. You should know that by now. Who?
Franco
what
and wow.
Talking about?
Amanda, we're horrible because between August of 2024 and January 2025, then January through July of 2025, they were, sorry, August through January of 2025, August of 14 to January 15, not 25, 15, they were friends. January through July, there was an attraction. July 31st through April 28th. Lovers.
Really? I like block bad stuff out, I think, because that is just ew. No.
So yeah. Okay. So.
So again, ew.
So perhaps the list is shorter on who have they not both slept with. Nina has not slept with Jason. That's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Like there has to be somebody else. No.
I don't. That's not dead. I mean, we cannot count the deceased before Nina arrived.
Right.
Was Nina around with AJ? Hold it. Did Nina? I don't think Nina was around with AJ.
She didn't hook up with him, at least, if so.
But I think that we just said Valentin and Sonny just because they were major talking back and forth. Well, but because we were just talking about Sonny and Valentin going head to head. So I feel like that was just like the automatic spit off, like the.
And I was thinking husbands, like Carly was married to Sonny, and then so was Nina. And I know Carly's not married to Valentin now, but they were living together. Like it was a substantial relationship, not just a hookup after a late night, whatever. But appararly all of that
July
is too.
to April. Well, so I can tell you because it was July 31st, 2015. So I can definitely tell you I was watching, but that was also right after my Grammy died because that's right when Luke left. So I feel like that overshadows probably all of what at least happened in July and August. You know, like I was trying to figure out how to watch the show without her.
Right. I got no excuse, guys. I just don't remember it.
But I was watching again, like,
right, some of that time.
You know,
and we've talked about both of them enough times that we should recall that. But
we did an entire 411 on Franco.
I wasn't there, sorry.
So, yep. So good job, Liz. And we all forgot Jax.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Sherry. Oh, hold it. Okay. She did not do what I think she was doing it.
I was going to say.
She kind of did.
Okay.
Because she had the same thought that I did on one thing. So it says, okay, hold it. Wait, it says, sorry for another. Hold on. So that means, so when I snooze things, they don't necessarily, oh, wait, she did. Hold on. That was Tuesday. She wrote us 3 emails in one day. Okay, hold on. So on Tuesday at 6:32, Monday was the 16,000th episode. Okay. I took notes of all these too. Hold it. We're going to compare and see that we both got them all. Because did you notice how many times the number 16 was mentioned?
No.
All right. So you didn't? You didn't pick up on the fact that they were saying 16 every other word? Amanda.
I'm sorry. I wasn't. I knew it was their 16th episode. No.
16,000?
I knew it was their 16,000 episode. But I did not pay attention to them. I paid attention to all of the Liz talk, like Liz talking about the history, and was like, oh, that's a nice play on everything. But yeah, no, I didn't pay attention to the number 16. Go ahead. Enlighten me.
Everywhere. All right. So Monday was the 16,000th episode of the show and had a fun Easter egg hunt to tell us the references to the number 16 that I caught. Hope I didn't miss any. So Tracy's been on the board for roughly 16 years. Yep.
Okay.
Rocco telling Gio he left him 16 messages. Sonny being offered the 16th seat on the board. Yep. The flight attendant announcing that luggage would be at gate 16. Valentin telling Anna everyone deserves a second chance, and she replied, or 16. Britt asking the waitress for coffee refills. I draw the line at 16. Okay, so I will say that you missed one before that because it was, hold on.
I
should
heard
have written
all
them
of
all
this,
this way.
and none of it meant anything to me. Good.
All right, Tracy's been on the board. So it says, Liz says he'll be on the 16th seat. Tracy's been on the board 16 years. Lucas also had 16 unread. Oh, she has that further down. Okay, Lucas has 16 unread messages. Before Britt talked about the coffee. Okay, yep. I'm reading her email because I'm realizing she might not have put these all in order. Okay, so before Britt with the coffee, Lucas picked Britt up at the PCPD, and she said that she would have walked 16,000 steps. And that was, I think, the first time that I started to pick up on it. No, because Sonny and Tracy were a couple paragraphs above. But then
Good catch, you guys.
she also says that Britt also said that she has 16,000 things to do to put life together. All right. So then over here, Valentin. Yep. Okay. Britt asked the line at 16. Oh, what the new guy on the plane was reading on the Port Charles guide, he panned to page 16. And I meant to text you to ask you because I can't find my guide to Port Charles. What's on page number 16?
How's it not in your bookcase with all of your other?
Because I'm missing that and my scrapbook still. Remember, I'm missing those 2 books? Right.
Okay. Well,
when we did our most recent photo shoot, I didn't have them.
Looked.
But right. So
yeah.
Oh, and then she does have the when Lucas checked his phone, it had 16 messages. On top of that, Elizabeth mentioned 63 years of General Hospital and was slightly looking at the camera. And it seemed like she was referring to the show instead of the physical building, almost like breaking the fourth wall.
Mm-hmm. That I was on. I was with
so,
that.
A couple other ones that, so yeah, Lucas had 16 messages. Valentin said that Charlotte's 16 going on 30.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that Carly forgave him and had him in the attic for 7 months and 16 days.
Okay.
And then there was the 16 chances or more, page 16 of the travel guide to Port Charles. They've been in the air for over 16 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Jason was surprised. I jokingly said, Jason kept having flashbacks, hearing, no. Jason asked how long he was out. And I said, I was surprised he didn't say, about 16 minutes. Because that's it. That's where we were with that.
Mm-hmm.
16 and counting, 16. And Charlotte said that Lulu lies to her kids about what's going on with their own family, and Valentin treats her like she's 16, not 6. And I believe that is it.
Yeah, so, I heard all of that, and none of it meant anything to me.
Sherry, whenever you want to do this podcast, whenever you want to do like this nerd out part, oh my gosh, you'd be mortified. You'd be like, oh my gosh, she is not crazy. There are more people like her.
I feel like there would be a lot of emails that were like, Amanda is so mean because she just left you guys. And I would be like, I didn't know what to say. They were nerding out about things that never crossed my mind.
Yeah. So okay, yeah. So there's, all right, so let me put this back where it needs to be. All right. And then she wrote another email at 7:24. Here's some, okay.
She got the ones she had missed.
She went back and got them. Oh, Anna said something about the Faison Chateau was 16 kilometers from the French border.
Oh, yep.
I don't think I got that one. Nope, I did not get that one.
Britt had 16,000 things to talk about Monday.
It was, and Jason was. Everyone's saying there's 16 references. There's 16 references, but I'm missing one. Hold it. There were 16 references to 16.
That makes sense.
Oh, she's missing the one where Charlotte said Valentin treats her like 16, not 6.
There you go. Nice job, girls. I was oblivious to all of it, but I did hear every single one of those sentences.
What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so if it was 16, it was Charlotte. I did not go that far. Although I also do not go online to look for spoilers and stuff. So
yeah.
Or to find information like that. Someone said that on the $5 bill that Britt was holding was the 16th president, but I don't think that's one. I mean,
maybe, yeah.
But no, I'm going to go with the Charlotte saying that Valentin treats her like she's 16, not 6. Because that was a character saying 16.
Right.
And a very direct, it was very direct when we saw Lucas had 16 missed messages. It was very direct whenever they panned to the corner of the page book. The book page.
The page book?
Yeah. All right. Hey, I got a Finch friend. Tammy's on Finch. Hi, Tammy. Hold on. We're going to add her right now while I'm doing this. Okay. Enter code. I'm not going to say it out loud.
That's a good thing. You have to do that.
Oh, hi. We're going to send you a friend request. Okay. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you in my friend's tree. We're destined to be friends, folks. I'm a huge Friends fan.
Oh, my.
Gosh. All right. Does anyone like Dr. Pepper? Can someone please write in for Amanda? I'm sorry. And Grey's Anatomy, not to mention The Beloved General Hospital. I love your reaction to the comic strip. I've been enjoying letting my creative side loose to create these. You were so distracted by the comic, you missed the rest of my pipeline. Oh, sorry.
Oops.
Not mad. I just found it even more funny. I'm sorry.
That is hysterical.
I chuckled out loud when you were talking about where they have conversations. I've spent years yelling at the TV about how you don't share secrets just beside the nurse's station in the middle of the hospital, or a crowded restaurant, or a social gathering. When will they learn? I also make sure to give props when someone says, oh, we shouldn't talk about that here, and they go somewhere privately. I'm like, yes, finally, one down, the rest to go. Portia's labor. OMG, that was ridiculous.
So annoying.
No? Oh, you're okay. I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, where did you go? Are you okay? Like,
no. So annoyed by the whole thing.
The phone was right there. And I want to add to that. She doesn't have one of those watches that can just call. Like, she's a doctor. She's a geriatric pregnancy. You're telling me that she is not watching her own heart rate all the time?
She's not a geriatric pregnancy anymore. Remember? She thinks she's perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah.
No one addresses that.
But technically, medically, she is.
She is.
And especially with all the stress she's been under, you're telling me that she would not be like, okay, I really need to make sure that that heart rate's not getting up, that she would not be wearing some kind of a watch that also makes phone calls. I don't know.
And just the fact that the phone was right there.
Yeah.
It was right there. For any of us that have had kids before, assuming there's not some kind of crazy complication going on, if you needed to make a phone call between delivering a baby by yourself, because at that point Jordan wasn't there, and calling for help, you would push yourself that extra few inches to grab the phone.
Yeah, adrenaline is
have
a powerful thing.
Or she doesn't have like a smart something. Like, I don't have them because I don't like them. But like, hey, Alexa, call.
Mm-hmm.
None of those
that too. Mine's disconnected right now. But yeah, no, you would think. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But no.
I'm glad they didn't make the labor. I mean, I'm happy that Jordan came back and helped her, but still. Also, they never addressed why Jordan came back. But
because she heard her yell. She did say that.
Oh, did she say?
She said, okay. I got halfway through down the driveway and I heard you scream, so I came back.
I think I just started to ignore all of it.
Mm-hmm. I was yelling at the TV. I was like, no. And Ryan was like, we've already talked about.
Didn't we talk about this, that we thought Jordan was going to deliver the baby?
I think that we said something about that. It was either going to be Jordan, and then most recently I said I bet that it would be Isaiah, and that he couldn't help correctly because of his hand being messed up. So I'm glad that they didn't go with that one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was totally annoyed. And Ryan's like, you've already mentioned that you don't experience normal labor pains. Maybe that's what it's like. And I'm like, that's not what it's like, Ryan. Okay. She could get to the phone. Shut.
Okay. So, I mean, I did. I don't know. I also left during my labor. So, I mean, I stopped breathing, but I have this thing where like, I just don't breathe. No. But it wasn't bad.
Okay.
I have this thing that's weird. I think we've talked about this. I don't breathe correctly. So like I actually, in our yoga class on Wednesday, we had a different teacher and she talked about breathing the whole way through. And I'm like, that helped so much because I hold my breath a lot. It's a
we're not sharing a hotel room anymore, because if I wake up in the middle of the night
no.
and you're like,
no, it's never like that. No, it's
okay.
It's especially like in stressful situations.
Okay.
It's something like that. or like if I'm exercising, I cannot think to myself on how to breathe. It's weird. But so while I'm in labor, they're telling you how to breathe. Well, I was holding my breath and the doctor's like, Shannon, breathe. And I remember my mom was like, I was standing outside. And I'm just thinking, and oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And I just go, oh, I'm like, that would help. And then she knew I was fine. So yeah. But yeah, no, I feel like, yeah, because she wasn't even, and for as painful as it quickly seemed to happen, I find it hard to believe she was not having some discomfort beforehand.
Right. Like, even if she was arguing with Jordan ahead of time, even if she didn't let on and be like, oh my gosh, you would have in your mind been like, I'm going to argue with you, but I'm going to walk over here and I'm going to grab my phone and I'm going to collect my purse and whatever. So that the second that you're out of my house, I can call someone or drive myself if I think I can. She wasn't doing any of that. And then the second that Jordan walked out, it was like, oh my God, collapsed to the floor. This is the worst pain ever.
Like you're saying, like turn around and then we see her put her hand on her belly, but like make a wincing face or something, like she's holding it in. There was none of that. That would have been so smart for her to just go get her phone. Yeah. You know what? I need to get a drink of water if we're going to have this conversation,
Right. You would be gathering yourself so that you could make your next move. You wouldn't just stand there. And if it hurts that bad, you couldn't just stand there without, like you're saying, turn around and maybe Jordan doesn't see her face, but she makes a face.
We do, so that way we're not having this conversation. Guys, we don't want to ever complain about the show, but come on, sometimes.
Ridiculous. I'm just glad the pregnancy is over. She has a beautiful little boy.
The baby's going to be named Jordan, right? That's what I said. I said that. I think that's what I said.
I don't know, but no.
Oh, it's a unisex name.
I don't care. Hi, my name's Jordan. This is my stepmom, Jordan. What? No.
I don't know. We'll see.
I can't imagine what someone would have to do for me to name my baby after them.
I don't know. I'm never going to have to worry about that. I'm done.
I mean, I'm not worrying about that either, but I'm just saying in general, I can't imagine anything that someone would do that I would be like, oh man, wish I could name a baby after you.
Consider my Grammy's name if she had passed before, like something like that.
I don't know. I would like to use if I would have had more kids, I would have used my dad's middle name as the middle name for one of my kids because it starts with an R and I have the whole R thing with my kids. But that's just because you were my dad and you're dead. Not that you did something for me, but we're really good friends. I love you.
Okay.
I'm not naming my baby Shannon. I'm just not.
Why?
It's not happening.
That name has gone down. I looked at one of those. Your name's gone down too, though. And my Grammy's name was Janet. When was the last time we had a baby Janet?
You can't have a baby Janet on General Hospital. That would be dangerous.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm saying if I were to have named, there's no little Janets running around.
Well, that's because people like to make up names and spell them crazy ways nowadays. So,
but that's what I'm saying is there are names that our names are older names now. Yeah,
but that's okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yep. All right. Did I say I'm glad they didn't make the labor have major complications, but it was still so overdramatic?
I don't know if you said that, but I mean, I feel like that's the general
If I
consensus.
did, we're just going to repeat it.
Right? Just done and over with. Yeah.
I saw a post on Facebook with all the mentions of the 16 in Monday's episode. Did you? There were 16 of them.
Thanks.
And I had more comic fun this week. Not as fun as the first, of course. Let me get this. I know. This one's interesting. Okay, hold on. Hold it. Can't share.
You're not nearly as excited. Is Valentin breaking up with you? Oh, okay.
No. No. So
thanks
it says,
for knowing I can't read that and I don't want to do this. Look how
I'm
shiny my hair is. Thank you. I like that.
Hold it. You're saying to me, you have no idea. Life's been so hectic. And I tell you, don't tell anyone. But Faison kidnapped me and Valentin rescued me.
Oh my gosh.
And then Carly, I'm assuming that's Carly. Wait, what did she just say? Hold it.
You're in a
Right, this isn't going
smackdown with
well.
Carly.
I know. So then Carly comes over and says, Shannon, my man did what? Stay away from my man. And then I slap her and say, just because he hid in your attic doesn't make him yours. And then Anna, I'm assuming, Valentin Cassadine is forever mine. And then Anna pushes Carly into the Metro Court pool and says, Anna, no. And then Anna is walking on water.
Yes, she is.
Away. And I say to you, so you were saying about having hectic lives, Amanda? And you say, maybe we should talk somewhere private.
That's right. I'm like, let's go to the stairwell. That would be better.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right.
Oh my gosh.
So, all right. I'm not sharing anymore, right?
Nope, you are not. Good job.
Okay. Yay, I'm getting this. See you at the pier. Tammy from Michigan. Oh, Tammy. I love it.
Oh, it's so great.
We're going to make like a whole block. And then Louise, all right, you're going to have to tell me about this. I'm having all my children deja vu. Oh, my stars. Does anyone remember the days on All My Kids when Erica Kane and Brooke English swapped men like they were Pokemon cards?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did.
So she says, Sonny, Valentin, and now Jack. Did I miss anyone? Oh, yeah, the big one, Drew. And as we all forget, Jax. Not for nothing, but major ick factor. I was watching Jack's face while Nina droned on, and I thought he looks bored. Then he leapt out of his stool and planted one on her. I spit out my water and grabbed my phone. Couldn't miss venting this one. Oh, boy. Hasta luego, Belisas. Meet you at the pier. Yeah. Can we just
you know what?
not?
I remember those days from All My Children, and obviously I was much younger then, and I remember then thinking, why can they not bring on new characters? Why are these two women constantly just falling in love with the same men back and forth over and over, swapping? It's gross. And now, all these years later, it's still gross. Stop doing it.
Yep. And then we have from Becky, I'm listening to your episode from today right now. I paused to write this, so I apologize if you remember later in the show. Oh, thank you, because sometimes that happens.
Sometimes we do.
Jason never got the sample to Brick. The medication Marco stole and then gave to Lucas to give to Britt was destroyed by Colum on the pier before he was shot. He stepped on it. Totally forgot about that.
Yep.
Thank you, Becky.
Yep. That is
Thank
how
you,
that
thank
went.
you.
That whole pier thing with the shooting. Oh, yeah.
You know.
Man.
All right. So is there anything that
I do not think so.
I do think that it's important to note, and I know that we're going to get there, but James has not been recast. That was temporary. And because of what you shared with us a couple weeks ago, that Gary, why do I always forget this kid's name? That's another older person's name that we never hear anymore.
Older person name,
That's
yeah.
a little kid, a little Gary James Fuller. I always forget his name. I always feel bad whenever I forget their names. Okay.
It's fine.
So for Hulu, so On Theme with Valentin, part 3 is coming up this Thursday. And on Monday for Hulu headlines, Jason, did you write down I really like that. You should do that every week. I want you to do that. That's
all right.
I'm now demanding that because I like that. I thought that was fun.
Apparently I wasn't paying very good attention on Monday because I heard all the sentences of 16 and didn't realize it was anything. So sorry. Next week I'll get back on my own headlines.
All
this week's probably would have been something like, why is everything 16? Because I wouldn't have thought about it.
Jason returns to Port Charles. Thanks. I mean, we all knew he was coming back, but seriously, thanks.
You didn't know it was going to be Monday.
No. Anna receives a warning. On Tuesday, Jason explains his actions and Jordan strikes out. On Wednesday, Anna seeks answers and Jocelyn reveals a secret. Thursday, Emma and Gio discuss their future. Obrecht lashes out. And on Friday, Carly draws a boundary with Sonny and Lulu cautions Ethan.
I don't like Lulu.
Oh, and I texted you, although it didn't happen this week, but I texted you on Monday that I think it's possible that new character is going to be Emma's ex that she was talking about a few weeks ago. So I'm just putting that out there now, even though nothing alluded to that this week. I didn't want to forget about it. And it's actually the first thing I put in my notes.
Beautiful.
Oh, I had another thought. I don't know why I didn't put this further up. We have not discussed the irony of Curtis trying to get away with assault that was in public in front of dozens of witnesses that he has also not denied happening, because he's convinced that Isaiah did something, even though we know that he did not do it, and no one saw him do it, and there's no evidence of it. But he's trying to convict Isaiah based on nothing, but he wants to get away with something he admits that he did, which is assault, intention or not,
I
of him breaking his
know.
hand. He assaulted him,
Hmm.
and he intended to assault him.
He did.
He didn't slip and fall and oops, punched him in the face. He
Next time, that's what he should do, so that he doesn't
he
get
wound
in
up
trouble.
and punched. But he punched Isaiah because Isaiah's like, I didn't do the thing that there is no evidence of me doing, and nobody saw me do anyway. And we also, as the audience, know that he did not do. Okay. So now where do you want to start now that I've
I
clarified
like all your
myself?
co-talking. There was nothing. I mean, there was stuff, but there was nothing that like really made me, other than the Portia birth that we've already talked about, that really made me
Yeah, I'm like, I really don't think we actually have to talk about that again. Well, a little bit, but
super
not really.
angry. But I was disappointed with Chase, who's Mr. like, oh, we have to upkeep the law no matter what. And Brooklyn's like, so should I tell Willow that I set her up, or are you gonna tell her? And he says no. He's like, nope, it's gonna drop. It'll be fine. It wasn't actually a crime.
So I love the fight that they had, though, because he got out. He's like, well, Brooke or Willow doesn't have the family support that you do. She's like, we all supported Willow. We all brought her in. We all loved her. We would have even Tracy would have gone to bat for her. She blew that up.
Yep.
And she's like, what did I do that drives you to constantly go to Willow? If she called right now while we're in the middle of this fight, would you go to her? He's like, yeah.
Right?
Oh, how she did not throw down on that. I'm sorry.
Violence is never the answer, Shannon.
It's not, but but then he apologized for taking their bond for granted and everything. I think that in part because was this where she also mentioned you've already lost being a detective because of her. Are you willing to lose? I think that he might be also thinking about that because of his job, because
Okay.
if it comes out that his wife did this and his wife covered it up, it could look like he covered it up, and perhaps he was playing a part in changing Willow's data.
No, see, I feel like by not admitting it, you're making yourself look guilty, because if this comes out later, everyone's going to assume that the reason that you didn't say anything was because you were part of it. So I was
Yeah.
totally prepared for him to go to Willow on the side and be like, hey, I'm going to help you get out of this. I would like it not to be reported back to the police, but I wanted to let you know it was Brooklyn, not Michael. And instead, he was just like, no, I'm not going to tell anybody. Which
Yeah.
means it will come out eventually.
It's going to come back to bite. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
100%.
But Mr. We have to say everything all the time and be honest about everything, for him to just be like, no, we're not going to tell anyone.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Chase?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then also, this is like a few days later, but then we also see Brooklyn talking to Ava, thanking her for her help. And does she know who the baby daddy is? And then she says, I just want to know if there's something that's going to come up, that it comes up now instead of at the very end of the adoption. Because if they want paid off, like, I'll pay them off. No, Brooklyn, you can't buy a baby.
Yep. But Ava's not lying. She doesn't know who the father is.
She doesn't know who the father is. Nope. There's a nice playback to remind us of all of that.
Yes. Yes. I liked that moment, though. Like, I did think it was a little weird that, like, Ava brought a gift for her, because I'm like, why and how?
The
like,
adoption's not final yet. It's not like you're celebrating something. It's you're on the road to adoption.
Ava did say that, though.
Yeah,
so
but I wouldn't
was
jinx
happy
it with
that
a
she
present.
clarified. No, but I was happy that she clarified, or at least did not say, so happy you're getting Phoebe. It's like you're on the road to the adoption and everything.
But Brooklyn
But
did
then
say, "Do you know who my child's father is?" or whatever. And I was like, she's not actually your child yet, Brooklyn. That's the whole point.
right?
The adoption's
Yeah.
not final.
Which means we know Phoebe's going to be taken away from her. Not a fan.
No.
But I did like Ava leaving and saying from one mother to another, you'll find that you're capable of things you never dreamed of.
I like Ava.
I do too.
I like it. Like, I just mean, like, her character is
She has her
definitely
moments.
grown. Yes. Don't we all?
Thought more about the Valentin thing
Oh,
real
geez.
quick, because when we were talking about him on Thursday's episode, and he said, it was the line where he said something about he's just wanted to love her the way that he needs to or that he can't or something like that. Think about it. His mother legit tried to kill him. Who he thought was his father, like, abandoned him. He has no idea what actual love was, because even when he originally loved Anna, like at the first time, he had not gone through all of his surgeries yet, and she immediately left him. He had no idea what actual love was. I think
True.
that's why I like him so much, because he really tries to, and then he realizes, oh, wow, that's not it. But I think that the only person that he's really felt that with is Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he is such a good dad he's done a lot of things to mess up. Let me just remind everyone, like, he is not perfect. But that's where I think that all came from, is because he was raised with zero love in his life. And he's done the best that he can.
I'm just going to remind you, though, that if it was a mom who did all that same stuff for Charlotte, you wouldn't be saying what a good mom she is. She'd just be a mom.
No, because I think that if a mom had to decide to give up their child for their safety,
Mm-hmm.
that's next level. That's really sacrificing.
It is, but you
yourself,
wouldn't
and
expect anything less from them.
I don't know. I don't know, because women do it. I would not expect a mom to leave their child. I wouldn't expect a dad to leave their child.
Right. In perfect
Although
circumstances, you wouldn't.
not
but...
most. Typically, if one parent leaves, it is typically the father.
Jaded over here, guys. It's fine. All of some. Sorry.
Some.
That was great.
No, but like it's kind of like Ava too, though. She was raised in a super, super dysfunctional. Nina.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, just jumping to her talking to Brennan later. I had the same thought about her, actually, when she said, my girls were never like really given a chance because I wasn't there to fight for them. And I'm like, she would have been an excellent mother.
She would have been an excellent mother. Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's being an excellent mother now, though.
No. But I think a lot of it is because of her mom put her in a coma and gave away her babies.
Mm-hmm.
And she's done zero work with any type of mental health therapist to process that and to work through it.
Mm-hmm.
So no, she needs to take a step back and say, I am not the right person because I am really trying to overcompensate for something that is not mine to be compensating for.
Right.
But she's internalizing that Willow is this way because she wasn't there.
Yes.
So she's taking it on. Mm-hmm. But that's because she didn't get the opportunity. So kind of the same thing. And I think that's why I liked Nina and Valentin together. Okay. Because they actually both did love each other.
They did. I'm not disputing
And I think that it was probably the first. Well, Valentin said today, he said that Anna was the first person he loved.
Yes.
But I would say Nina's probably the first adult that loved him.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. I didn't have a problem with him and her and Valentin. I had a problem with her with Charlotte with Valentin.
Yes. Her
stepmomminess.
Yeah. But also part of that was because she had just found out that her babies were, so like there's all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Put me in a coma for 20 years and I'll let you know.
All right. I don't think you
know how I feel afterwards.
That, but
dang it. But yeah. So anyway, no, that was, I had that. Yeah. I psychoanalyzed this entire thing.
Any excuse to think and talk about Valentin more. Okay.
So I think he's doing a good job of making up for it now. He probably has done a lot of therapy and we just don't know it. because he uses a lot of really good communication tools.
He does. He does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
We'll get
in love
there.
with this
Okay.
this man, but okay. Oh man.
All right. Where are we going from there? Because we'll get
I don't
to all that later.
yeah, I don't know. Where are you going from that?
Do we just want to have a quick talk about Monday with the Laura and Tracy were talking in the board? By the way, that is like the smallest boardroom ever, and
That's
16
the room
people
they
fitting
use for
around that
everything.
teeny tiny table.
Right. Mm-mm.
No. And
Nope.
there's not even like a big screen TV or something in there. A big screen TV. Who am I? They didn't wheel in the cart with the VCR. Movie day. No, so it's not like they have a computer monitor up where it's like, hey, we're having like the Zoom people all up there and everything. No.
Right.
But who did they say vacated the 16th spot? Or were they just adding a 16th seat to the board?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't
But
know
I guess
that they
Sonny arrives.
specified. Yeah.
I don't either, but it's, well, because I was thinking, I can't remember if Leslie was still on the board.
I don't know, but they're not kicking her off the board until they
No, they're not
so
even
no.
having her die yet. Like that's,
Right.
but that's what
So
I'm
it
saying
wasn't
is
hers.
like,
Yeah.
right. So Sonny arrives. Liz says that, you know, she's excited that he's going to be filling the 16th seat on the board. Tracy is not happy because she's been on the board plus or minus 16 years. And Laura's like, Sonny is given to the hospital and he thinks about the city and the hospital first. And Tracy's like, he killed Alan and Monica's son. No.
Yep.
Fair. Like that's.
Mm-hmm. It was a valid point.
And Sonny says the board needs to be unified. That's not going to happen now. So I'm going to leave. So he leaves. And then Laura has it out with Tracy. And then Sonny and Liz talk. And she figures out, you know, Tracy's why he's just kind of removing himself from the board. But he said, he's like, but Tracy's not wrong. But then Liz goes in and says that she wants Sonny on the board. And we learn that Sonny anonymously sends sandwiches every Saturday night to the night shift, even though they all know it's him. And Laura tells Tracy that Liz's opinion needs to be taken into consideration because she actually works there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did not like this when Liz said, I think what makes the hospital so special is that we treat anyone and everyone who comes through our doors. That's what Grandma Audrey used to say.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. Yeah.
Not says, because also Rachel Ames is still alive.
And isn't that kind of like what every hospital says? They're like a sign on the door. It's like, we have to help you to a certain
Yeah,
extent.
she's 96, so she's still here. She's still saying it. Like, Graham has not died yet on the show, right? So, no.
Mm-mm.
And I love, though, that Laura was like, yeah, that woman's never been wrong.
Yeah.
So that was sweet.
It was.
And then Liz reminds him, Sonny is one of the main reasons that the hospital's still there after 63 years.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish that they had found some way to have Audrey on that episode.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. That would have been a great person to have say she's stepping down from the board. I don't even know if she's probably on the board in emeritus, but like,
right.
But Tracy said she's not going to vote for Sonny, but she will not stand in the way. And so she leaves. So, okay, at least the boards that I have been on, in order to have a vote, you have to have half plus one. When you have two people, that is not half of 16 plus one. And when one of those people is not even actually on the board yet, you cannot just have it with Laura. So where's the rest of the board members? Like, why are they not? I actually wish that had been the whole episode.
Right?
You know how
Let's see
they
it.
did something like that with the 15,000th where it was all Laura, right? Like she was revisiting the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I did like that they threw all the 16s in everywhere though. So
yeah, no, it was very
you loved
cute.
that. You paid so much attention.
No, the funny thing is I did. Like I really did hear it, not just like hear it. Because whenever the waitress said to Britt about the 16 coffees, I was like, who is ordering 16 coffees? Like why is that the number that she picked? And yeah.
Now it makes sense. Yep.
It does. Well, But yeah, they
But
should
then,
have
like, that was
addressed,
it for that, yeah.
how that all happened. I did like that Tracy took Liz as an authoritative person though. She wasn't
Mhm.
just like, well, that's just your ex daughter-in-law. Of course she's gonna say whatever you say. And
Right.
she hung out with Sonny's, people all the time. So of course she thinks that. She was like, she is a respected medical person, but I'm not voting, which made
Yep.
sense.
I like that too.
So maybe they just send out ballots and we'll hear what actually happens a week from now or so. I don't know. But yeah,
I bet it's
to my
never gonna
knowledge,
get
that's
brought up
not how
again, though.
boards to happen. But I feel like it has to because we need to know if Sonny made it or not.
I agree, but I feel like that's just gonna be like a dead.
We're gonna wait until 60 more years from now.
No, because we're not gonna be here, Amanda. Sorry.
Sure we will. Come on.
I'm not gonna be 103.
If I have to put you in a coma for 20 years, you gotta stick around for
I
an
better come back
extra.
Okay, we'll do it that way. Just cryogenically freeze me. It'll be fine. Just put me on ice.
Exactly. We have options now, Shannon. Come on. Yeah, but that was kind of contained in that own little section, and then nothing else. Well, Liz met the new doctor because that's what she was trying to do, was give him a tour. And instead, Tracy came up and was
Well-
like, no, I need to talk to you.
But to go back the whole way to whenever we first saw.
Oh, I was confused by who he was, period, on the plane. Because I figure if you let somebody go, you just let them go. You're not traveling with them.
Well, and especially when he said, I said that I would get you there. So I assumed Jason was being escorted home by a WSB agent. That's who I thought he was. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly it. And so I was confused, why are you reading up on Port Charles if you're just dropping somebody off and then leaving? And so then he says the thing about he'll get Jason home. We see Jason get home, and then we see him get off the elevator, and he walks up to Liz and is like, hey, I'm the new doctor. My name is Tristan Roberts. And she's like, oh, hi. Sure, let me give you a tour. Stop making that face. Stop. We're not crying over this today.
Okay.
No, because it's so sad.
It is. And all I could think of, I would imagine that they ran it by the cast because they're saying his name.
Right.
They're saying Robert because Roberts, but they're saying Tristan's name. And it's like, are you going to be okay? No.
Right.
Liz saying to him, hi, Tristan.
Right. You would think that was triggering to her. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially where, and I don't know anything about this guy. I actually didn't even look it up. So I have no idea. Is he even aware of who he is?
Right.
Is he aware of the
Good
weight that is coming with who he is?
Well, that's where I'm confused I think I would have accepted it better if that was the name that Portia chose for her baby. We're doing a whole new character, and
Baby
she didn't even need,
Tristan.
yeah, because it's a clean slate, and assuming that Portia's on the show forever, the baby's going to grow up and be on the show forever, or at least to the point that we're going to remember.
That
This guy, he can never leave now. You're named after Tristan Rogers. You can't leave.
Right.
This character is stuck here for a life. I hope they had him sign a lifelong contract because he's not allowed to go anywhere.
Right. Apparently the flight attendant said they had 16 minutes to land. No, wait.
No, it was the luggage.
Yeah, they've been in the out. They will arrive in an hour in 16 minutes. So yeah.
Okay.
So that might have been the 16th. So did they just not listen to Charlotte say 16?
Somebody forgot how to count. One to grow on? Like a birthday candle?
Yep. Sorry, I was just looking up what is on page 16 of the travel guide to Port Charles. All right, seriously, we need to find it because what if it's about Robert?
All right. I will have it for next week. You should have texted me earlier. I would have pulled mine out.
I
have
forgot.
it.
Listen,
Well,
I
you're
texted
not
a picture
allowed
of me
to
with
do
my
that.
Fraggles this morning, and you did not even say how cute I was.
Okay, first of
And
all, I
thank
do
you
not.
to everyone who commented on my Fraggle shirt. Thank you.
Hold on. This is going to be a very, like, upsetting statement to make, but
I know
did
you were
not.
dealing with other stuff.
No. I did not think that you, not the Fraggles, you looked cute in that picture. You looked territorial. You were holding those things like, don't touch my Fraggles. And that whenever you talk about, you've said to me before that other family members have made the statement that only you were allowed to like Fraggles. That picture, that's exactly what that picture says. Look at her face. That is not cute. There's like a glare on it.
How dare you say I'm not cute?
No, that is not a, look, I'm here with my Fraggles. I love these. That is a, don't touch my Fraggles. Look at your
It's probably
face.
quit taking pictures of me. It's probably quit taking pictures of me.
Mm-hmm. You
You
tell
just
yourself
looked me
that.
up.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't know.
you're an adorable child. I've said that before about your many pictures and how beautiful your daughter
Just
is
not
and that
with
she
that.
looks like you. That is not a cute picture of you. I'm going to put that
Okay.
disclaimer out there before people start attacking me. Shannon is beautiful. She was an adorable child.
Stop it.
Her daughter
Stop
looks just like her. That picture, however, is not look at cute Shannon. It's don't touch my Fraggles.
I'll cut you. I'm two.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
If you die before me and I'm telling everyone how you were like a bright light in every room, that's not the picture I'm going to use.
You over Fraggles.
Because everyone is going to be like, that woman was not a bright light, man. She was going to kill you from the age of 2. Very threatening. Nope.
Okay, I'm not going to find online what's on page 16.
All right, I will look it up, but I did answer you in my head to the Fraggle picture, and I know where my Port Charles thing is, so I would have found it because it's easily accessible. So, anyway.
Oh yeah, but
Yes.
Baby Tristan would have been such a cute idea.
That's what I liked. That's what I would have liked.
That's what I was going to find was, who is this guy?
Yeah, I hope he knows what he's walking into, and I hope they told him that now he can never leave. Even if he's like the worst character ever, he has to stay because of his name.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, Liz says to him,
see him on one of the nighttime shows had like a General Hospital celebrates their 16,000th episode, and they had him at the very end of it.
Okay.
Which was just like, he's like, this is literally my first day on the show, and they're filming the 16,000th episode. He's like, it's great so far.
Yeah. What am I supposed to say?
So I was like, all right, who are you? What are we doing? Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we see Liz say to him, do you want me to show you where to go do all your paperwork, or do you want me to give you a tour? And that's whenever Tracy walks in and is like, I need to talk to you. Why you're making your sad face again? Please stop.
The show has not formally written a storyline acknowledging the passing of the beloved actor's character. However, the show's head writers have publicly stated they will address his passing on screen with a storyline at some point.
Okay. At some point. I mean, we knew that was going to come eventually.
But no, like it is a year in 1 month. It is actually, I believe, his last day was in July. His last screen day.
Okay, I don't like dealing with real life things, so I'm okay if we just keep pushing this off for another year or 2. We don't have to acknowledge that he's gone.
Nope.
I'm not ready.
July 7th was his last appearance.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nope, I'm not ready. So.
Okay. Well, I cannot find if this guy knows who he is.
Okay. I hope someone tells him, hey, do you know who you are?
You're kind of a big
really
deal.
Fill you in here. So, yeah.
Dean Geyer.
He's cute.
He's cute.
How old is he supposed to be?
Let's see.
Because that would play into your Emma theory.
Oh, 40?
What? That guy's not 40. I feel like he is too old to be Emma's love, but 40? He's not 40.
Yeah, he is.
Wow. All right.
March 20th, 1986. Good job.
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
If I didn't have my gray hair, I don't think people would believe my age. They didn't before I got it.
Yeah, but not everybody looks that good. So most people, I feel like you can tell their age. or you can tell that they're older. I don't know. I thought he was more early 30s, but
Nope.
um,
No, so now, never mind. I'm
yeah, he's
retracting.
not.
I thought that he was definitely going to be like in his third. Like I assumed it was going to be like she was a freshman and he was a senior and he broke her heart and like all that stuff, right? You know, like that's give the 4 to 5 year age difference.
Right.
No, not
No,
17.
not if he's 40. No.
Not if he could vote when she was born.
No. And I feel like the only way that she would know him then would have been if he was friends with her parents, and her parents wouldn't have been like, sure, you can date our daughter. That's fine. That would just be weird.
True. Oh no,
So.
see, I was thinking, maybe because he is from Australia, summer 11, when she was visiting her grandparents.
But he's still too old.
Yes, he is.
So no, that doesn't work.
Maybe his younger brother.
There you go. She can know of him, but not know him like that. Okay. We'll allow it. Anyway,
Yes.
when was Emma in Australia?
Probably at some point in her life.
Okay.
She's been off screen a lot.
She's been
off screen a lot. So
okay.
They can easily write that one in, that I spent the summer at my with my grandfather in Australia. After he gave me the didgeridoo. No, because she was a little kid then.
Playing my didgeridoo. Okay.
Anyway. Yes.
We're never going to finish this week because
we
of all
are never
of our
finishing
nonsense.
this episode. Nope. Yep.
Tracy interrupts, so he goes and does his paperwork, and then later we see him. Oh, he asks Liz, "Have you heard of Bobby's?" And Liz is like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, whatever." So he goes to Bobby's and walks up to the counter and is like, "Hey, I need to pick up my package for my room or whatever." And we find out that he has taken Britt's room. There's only one room above Bobby's now.
He has not taken. We talked about that, remember?
But it's not right, and it makes me annoyed in this case when Britt needs the room.
Well, it also doesn't explain the shower down the hall.
Right. Why wouldn't you just make it all one thing?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a studio apartment now. It's now just one room that... Or are there other tenants we just don't know about?
There was only like 4 up there to begin with. We should know the other tenants.
Right. But that would explain the shower, because that's why she said that she had the key. So,
yes.
Jump back a little bit. She and Lucas had gone to Bobby's. She had gone to get back into her apartment. And she said that she had a key hidden because just in case Carly locked her out, or like in case she locked herself out again in a towel, she wouldn't have to do that. And so then she went upstairs. That's when Lucas looked at his phone, had the 16 missed messages. She screamed. Carly changed the locks. He defends his sister, but also doesn't necessarily. He's like, you left. You weren't just gone for 2 weeks. You were gone for like 2 months.
Right. And like the whole world knew you were on the run. It wasn't like vacation and I forgot to tell you.
Although he said that he liked her better when she was dying. But I think that I like them becoming friends. But I need her to get back with Brad. Like, we need that back.
Right. Where is Brad? Like,
he's in Vegas with his aunt.
I don't want that to
She
continue.
said that. Yeah, but she said that Brad was in Vegas with his aunt.
But it's time for him to come home.
It is. Absolutely.
Let's go.
Now that she's back. Yep. So yeah.
He didn't steal her room. That's what you were saying. He didn't steal her room. But in her eyes, he stole her room because she thought she was just going to be able to get right back in there. And he's like, yeah, I paid the security deposit. I gave all the whatever. This is my room. Sorry about your luck. And then she's like, well, let me just take a shower. And he's like, you just told me you just got out of prison. Like, I'm not helping you. You're on your own. And then later we see her confront Carly and be like, I can't believe you gave up my room. And she was like, yeah, you were on the run and you took my cousin with you, kidnapped. So I thought you were going to be away or in jail. So yeah, I gave your room to somebody else and I got rid of all your stuff.
I don't like that. I mean, so the PCPD took some of her stuff. The rest of it she donated. Why couldn't you just have Liesl come get it?
I agree.
Like, just... Right. You know she's coming back at some point. Yeah.
And even if she isn't, Liesl probably would have wanted, I mean, what was it, like a suitcase? Because remember, she always had it like over in the corner. So here's her one suitcase of stuff.
At the end of the day, when Jason comes back, what is he going to think about what she just did? Carly didn't think about that. You know?
I agree. Nope.
But
Carly didn't.
So at the hospital, Carly saw Brennan, and he was like, you just need to accept that Joss is in the WSB. You know, he's sorry that her fear for Joss drove her to Valentin. And he still thinks that it's just to spite him. And she's like, no, like, I actually see the kind of man that he really is. He's willing to sacrifice his life in ways that Brennan wasn't. And then he's like, oh, you know, Anna's back.
Yes. Not
But
nice to throw that in her face.
so Valentin did go see Anna, and it was exactly as we were hoping. They were just friends. He says that her hair's cute. He's relieved to see her, and he was worried about her. And she says that she was worried too and all that stuff. But then she's home and she has a firm grip on reality. And that's when she's like, you know, how is everyone? He says that Charlotte's 16 going on 30. Anna does not know that he tried to contact her in France. And he says something about Carly. And she's like, you tried to kill Carly last year. He's like, yeah, she forgave me. But he didn't tell her exactly how, except for that he's been in her attic for 7 months and 16 days. I think that she picked up on it, though. I think that she was reading between the lines on it.
Yeah.
And that he tried to find her to help, but he had been originally trying to find her, but then found out that she was on assignment. Meanwhile, she was actually being held prisoner in Windermere, and she was like, wait a second, how the heck do you know that? And then right behind him is Peter saying that she was right all along. And so she totally spaced out, and he's just like, hi, what you doing? And then she asked him about, like, how did he become a free man? And he tells her all about the meeting with Z, says that, you know, Lulu is over the top right now. That's where he says everyone deserves second chances. And she says, or 16. And then they're like, and counting. And then he goes to leave and says that he is very happy that she is home and safe. And she thanks him for coming over to see her. And he says that wild horses couldn't drag him away. And I was like, nope, 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 nope. And they hugged and they both smiled, but it was like not a.
Right. It was a familiar smile, not a I want to drag you back into my bedroom smile.
Yep. But then as he left, they say, who would have thought? And she repeats it back. Did they say that to each other at some point? Like, what do they mean by who would have thought? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess maybe who would have thought that this is where they'd both be, that like they're just friends and everything and whatever. But then Peter says, don't let him distract her. She has work to do. And she says that she knows.
Yeah.
But then they were at the Metro Court. Valentin and Carly were at the Metro Court when she's sitting at the table by herself thinking about what Brennan had been saying, like, you know, he's just gonna ditch you, like all this stuff. Valentin walks up and is like, what are you wrong? And then she's just like, wait, what? And he said, you're far too beautiful to look so troubled. I am pretty sure, and I could totally be wrong, I think this is the first time that he's ever talked about her looks. He has always complimented her brain and her personality.
Right.
I feel like this is the first time that he said anything like that to her, which I like because, you know, she could get in a car accident tomorrow and all this goes away. But if you don't love the heart and the brain, like,
right,
you don't love anything. But then he tells her that he and Charlotte went to Windermere. We'll get into that too. And she's like, yeah, I'm not staying there. And he asks, you know, unless I make you dinner or whatever. And she's like, you can stay at the Metro Court as long as you want. And that's when Brick walks up and asks why she like threw away all the stuff. But then after, I liked how he had her back, but was not getting in the middle of it. You know, he was like, you really need to work on your manners here. You know, that's, but then he walked away and Curtis comes over and thanks him.
Yes. Yes. And says exactly what I said. I couldn't have said anything to anyone. I wouldn't have done that to you because you helped me. That would have been a major betrayal. And then Curtis is like, but also while you were there, did you happen to see what kind of car hit us or ran us off the road? And he was like, yeah, no, I didn't see that. I was focusing on getting Jordan out of the car. So I wasn't sure why they like flashed back. Yeah, why did they flash back to Carly?
Because Carly has a black car.
But it wasn't Carly, and he knew that.
I think that he's wondering if it was.
How would Carly have run them off the road, and then they would have been there to help?
Because if they had gone further away, if they had actually stopped and looked behind them, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know, but I think that that's what Valentin was thinking. I think he was thinking
I mean, of course, Carly
Carly
has a black car. Everyone in Port Charles has a black car.
And Curtis did not say it's a black German car.
Right.
So, but then he goes over and tells Stella that Valentin saved them.
Mm-hmm.
I have beef with her this week. Oh, do I have beef with her this week?
Oh, I can't wait to hear your beef.
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay.
But then Valentin goes back to the table and asks Carly how it went with Britt. And she says, it was the usual, me, Jason, me. Carly, that is you. Carly does the same exact thing.
Yep.
But then he decides that he has to leave. She tells him not to hurry, and then he kisses her. And then he's like, oh, by the way, we did not discuss PDA. And she's like, nope, get over here. That was cute. I could be wrong that he's thinking that it could have been Carly's car. I agree. I have no idea how that would have worked out.
I just didn't understand what the flashback was, because it didn't.
Yeah.
Like whenever it didn't show him seeing a car and not disclosing it for some reason or whatever. It just showed him looking at Carly, and I was like, what does that prove?
But she was in the car. Like that was my first thought, was he's thinking it was somehow Carly.
It wouldn't make any sense to me, but okay.
None of this makes sense. It is one of the stupidest storylines ever.
But it's all going to go away now because of the baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So now that you have a baby, everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Babies fix everything.
Babies do not add stress at all to any family dynamic, especially complicated ones, ever.
If you're having trouble, you should have a baby. It'll fix everything. Oh my gosh.
Not even close. We are really jumping all over the place. We talked a little bit about Jordan and Portia, but not all of Jordan and Portia. Because Jordan went over there and Portia tried to shut the door in her face. And she went over there to ask, like, are you going to tell the truth about Isaiah provoking Curtis?
Right.
And it's like, even though he provoked him, Curtis is a grown man who should have controlled himself.
Yes.
And Jordan's like, it's going to be better for everyone and the baby if you just, and Portia's like, no, I don't think it's better for the baby. I am looking out for what's better for Isaiah.
I felt conflicted with that because she was saying, I'm not going to perjure myself on the stand. Jordan wasn't asking you to lie. No. She was asking you to tell the whole story. And although it is not an excuse because he is a grown man and he should have controlled himself, like we've said 100,000 times, it did play into what happened. Like, it's not like he just walked up and punched him. They were standing there already in a heated conversation, and Isaiah said, I'm going to be a better dad than you. Yeah, he punched him. So I feel like that should play into it, because even if it doesn't exonerate him from any wrongdoing, because again, this is assault, it will or should play into his sentence. He doesn't just go around randomly punching people because he's a jerk. This was a isolated incident based on what Isaiah said.
But also, Curtis needs to take responsibility for what he's done. And that's what Portia said. And it's like, if Curtis could just get that out of his head and be like, man, I really wrecked this guy's life.
Yeah.
Like, I took away his entire career. Yes. But then Portia's like, you know what? I'm so tired of this little stand by my man act that you had even when Curtis was mine. And Jordan corrected her and said, Curtis has always been mine. I was waiting for the Brandy and Monica song.
The boy is mine.
Playing in the background. That would have been beautiful. But then Jordan calls her out and says, you only left because you got caught cheating.
Right.
Not even because you cheated, because you got caught cheating on the stand.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when Portia went into labor, and then Jordan came back and delivered. I loved how hard Jordan tried to get out of it, though. I love that they did not have her immediately be like, yes, let's do this. She's like, no, seriously. Anyway else, can you just hold it in?
Right. Can I call a neighbor? Anyone remotely close that could show up here? And Portia was like, you were a cop. You never delivered a baby. And she was like, I did it once and I don't really want to do it again. So
yeah. I absolutely love that, though. So then, where can we go from there?
Well, at that same time, Trina and them were at the recording studio because
Mhm.
it was finally their day to meet with the record executives and see. I don't know that I'm going to like the way that that went down, though, because they listened to Trina sing and they were like, do it again. And then they started talking about how Gio was Brooklyn's son. And then they were like, oh, yeah, we want to sign both of you. Gio
I
wasn't
think they're
trying
going to
out
wind
for
up
a
ditching
spot.
Trina. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they're more interested in Gio, but know that it would be a package deal.
right. Which
Yeah.
isn't fair.
Mm-mm. Nope.
And I feel like
That's
Brooklyn
not.
should be aware of that. She's done enough contracts. She should see what they're doing.
So my beef with Stella was
Mm-hmm.
Stella and Curtis are by the pool having drinks and dinner. And I know Trina has been keeping her distance from you. And I wanted you to hear this from me that her showcase was tonight, not your place. If Trina wanted you to know that it was her showcase, Trina would have told you. No.
Yeah.
No. No. Mm-mm.
Tell us
Was
how you
not
really feel, Shan.
was not at all okay with that at all. And then she turns around and says, and we need to respect her decision.
Right. Yep.
And,
Pick one
and
lane or
then
the
says,
other.
once the baby comes, Trina will follow with the family healing. No.
She was very delirious this week with how she thought that things were going to go, because then the baby does come. She finds out that Jordan's the one that delivered the baby. And she goes and visits. First, she offers to take, Jordan's like, I'm just going to head out. Like, everyone's met the baby. Everything's fine. I'm leaving. And she's like, aren't you going to see the baby? And she's like, I literally saw the baby. We talked about me delivering
First
it. I
one.
saw it. Like, here we go.
Saw before Portia did.
Exactly. Don't need to, whatever.
Jordan is literally the first person outside of the
womb
doctor's office. Doctor's office.
I'm like,
whoa. You can't see. I was doing the sonogram on my belly.
Okay, yeah, that's
you can't see my. That's not what that looks like.
We could not see your motion. All we saw was you looking. Okay, the womb. We're gonna say womb.
I was doing the wand on my belly.
We're trying to stick with that PG rating.
Outside of the body.
So,
yes.
Stella says, I will take you home. That's the least I can do. You delivered my great nephew. And she says, well, that's fine. I'll let you take me home, but you have to go and see the baby first. And she yells at Jordan and is like, I don't understand why you're trying to leave. Curtis made you a part of this family. But no, she's being respectful of the fact that she already, whether it was medically necessary or how it happened, intruded on this situation that she did not belong in, that she wouldn't have been in if it wasn't for the fact that Portia was alone and being extra like she is. She wants to leave them alone. And then she goes in, Stella goes into Portia's room and is like, oh, the baby's beautiful, whatever, all the standard stuff that you say. And is like, and this is the reason why you two need to get your stuff together. You need to, again, a baby does not, it's a total joke. Baby does not solve everything. Baby doesn't solve anything. It just creates all kinds of more stress and issues. They're beautiful, they're wonderful, but no, it's not going to make that situation better. I'm glad that they were more civil to each other, and she was apologizing to him, like, I'm sorry that you missed the birth. I know that you wanted to see that. And he was apologizing to her. I know that you wanted to deliver in the hospital, so I'm sorry it didn't work that way. Like, yes, we should be good co-parents and just decent people to each other, especially any woman who just had a baby X amount of hours ago. But they're not like renewing their vows tomorrow and starting over again. And then Isaiah butts in and is like, well, I just had to come see the baby.
Stella goes and tells Isaiah.
Yes, Stella did tell Isaiah.
She's like, I'm surprised you're not in there with Portia. And
and then she says to him, but don't go in there because Curtis is in there. Yes.
But then tells Jordan not to bow out of the family.
Right. Yeah. You got too many players in the game here, Stella. What are you trying to do?
And you're not one of them.
Yeah.
Like, not a fan. I love Stella. Not a fan of what she did this week, though.
No, she
Because then
definitely
Curtis goes
overstepped
in and
boundaries.
meets the baby. Oh, that was so cute though, having Curtis like struggle with, picking up the baby. But then Isaiah comes in and was perfectly polite and congratulatory. And I felt like he gave a good presence to Curtis until Curtis is like, yeah, so this is a private moment. You got to get out of here.
Right.
And then Isaiah locked eyes with Portia and like backed his way out of that room, like dead set on her with, I'm glad that you're okay. Congratulations to you. That's it.
I
Yeah.
really, I'm excited that they had this baby. I just don't know what we're gonna do with this baby. Like, it doesn't bring the whole world
It's going to
together.
fix the world.
It doesn't.
See,
It
we're
doesn't
both on
fix
the
the
same
world.
wavelength.
Like, this is just
Now,
gonna be
Stella
super
and Isaiah were
complicated.
both really nice to Britt this week, though, too, because at the pool, Stella asked if she was okay.
Yes. Yes.
And Britt was like, yeah, I'll be fine once I get back to the hospital. She's like, yeah, I don't think that's going to be helping. Like, you're not
Right.
going to go back to the hospital anytime soon.
I want to know what Britt did. I don't know. I've never gone on the run. I haven't planned to go on the run, but I feel like if I thought I was going to go on the run, but then I was going to come back, that I would get a safety deposit box, friend's house. Hey, Shan, can you hold on to my license, social security card, birth certificate for me so that I can like
It's
reestablish
probably all in her
everything
room.
when I get back? And
It's
instead,
probably all in her room. Now it's a Goodwill.
you get a whole new identity at the Goodwill.
Exactly. Carly didn't look through that stuff.
I'm
She
sure
just got
that
rid of it.
I'm sure that she didn't, but she, like Britt said, I got rid of all my credit cards. I got rid of my cell phone. I got rid of whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you seriously not put your important documents somewhere safe so that you could come back for them?
Right.
Even like your driver's license, I'm assuming didn't expire. So yeah, you don't want to carry it with you. But again,
Yeah. No, that's true.
I'd be asking you to hold on to it.
Yep.
Can you put it in one of your
But
folders?
Isaiah did tell her, because he saw them at Bobby's too. And he told Britt that he was glad that she was back and that Portia would be glad that she was there because he didn't know that she was having the baby at the same time. Because she's like, oh, yeah, you can deliver or he says, oh, yeah, you can deliver the baby, whatever.
Which I also thought was kind of weird. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that whole dynamic, you had too many people there. Like I said, too many players in this game.
And then we can just kind of jump with like Emma and Kai were keeping each other company during the showcase and everything. And then eventually Trina and Gio show up. They tell them that, they want to sign them as a duo, all that stuff. Just as they're getting drinks to celebrate is when Trina gets the call about the baby. So she goes to the hospital to see the baby. And, she's so happy for her parents. And then she finally finds out, okay, Stella did one good thing, told Trina about Joss.
Yes.
And the only reason that she found out is because she went to the hospital to see the baby. And Joss tells her, because Trina's like, where the heck have you been? Where have you been?
I did forget that Carly, like last week, we said, I think it was last week, we said something about how does Trina not know that her best friend got shot? So I had forgotten that Carly had given the cover that Joss was out of town. So I was glad that they reminded us of that this week because I was like, oh yeah, okay. It makes sense. I mean, I still would have assumed it would be on the news, but it does make sense why she wasn't like actively looking for her friend to figure out what was going on. She was just out of town.
Yep. And so she's like, listen, I've had a lot of life happen. I did the showcase. I've gone low contact with my parents, and now I have a little baby brother. And Joss is like, yeah, and I'm in the WSB. They have a code word, popcorn. I like that, though. I like that they're like, how are we going to get through this? And that they're at least both going to put the effort in. And Joss is like, this goes against everything with training. But yeah, you and I can have popcorn.
Right. Can't
So
be without
sweet.
my bestie.
Oh my God, we still have a lot to talk about. I'm confused about the Jason thing. Seriously, we're going to have him been tortured again?
I guess so. I don't understand. I don't understand what they were doing with him to begin with, that they had him in like not in a regular cell, just in this crappy room. And
Right, and he was
then they're
getting
beating
beat.
him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I mean, he looked awful. Whenever they showed him on screen again, it was like, wow, they did some. And I saw people online saying, like, what happened? No, it was makeup. They wanted him to look like crap because he was coming back from that. But
it does look like he lost weight though.
He
Like,
does.
I
Look
don't
like
feel
he
like he
lost some weight.
had weight to lose.
Yeah.
Like he's a buff dude, it's
Right.
Also, it could have been contouring. I don't know how to contour. So
No, I don't either. Yeah.
I hear that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
watch the TikToks. I just don't do it.
no, I can't do it either. No.
I watch the people who do like the extreme, like, and make themselves into characters and stuff like that. So that's what I'm thinking.
No, I don't watch the
He just
character
got
ones, but
contoured. He got
yeah.
bronzer.
You can do amazing things because there's some people who, everyone's beautiful, but who are not what you would typically identify as attractive. And then they do their makeup and you're like, wow, you're like a movie star attractive or supermodel attractive. So you can
Yeah.
do magic, but I don't know how to do that. I wish I did. I'm going to figure it out next time that we're on here. Then everyone's going to be like, Shannon got a new co-host because that is not Amanda. How good I'm going to look.
Oh my gosh, we can start doing our get ready with me.
Oh, right.
Let's just do every single TikTok trope while we're on here.
Can you imagine the comments? People would be writing in and be like, okay, that's not how you get ready. The reason that you don't know how to contour is because you're doing your makeup all wrong. Oh, okay, sorry. But anyway, maybe Jason can do a get ready with me so I can learn how to contour from him. But I don't understand why we're putting him, why we put him through all the crap that we put him through to just let him be released. And then now he's saying he needs to go away with Danny and they need to have this father-son bonding time. He still hasn't seen Carly yet, which is shocking.
But I was so glad that Danny was the first one to see him and that Tracy came down.
I was too, but I was shocked that there was no to Carly because that's just weird.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's leaving without talking to Carly first. Odd. But yeah, I don't know what the point of it all was. Why did we go through all this? And I'm sure we'll have some crazy storyline 6 months from now that it'll all somehow make sense. But right now, I'm so over it. I feel like we've done this. I don't want to do it again.
Well, it's probably he got put in the place where Cullum, they're beating him up because they think that he shot Cullum. So it's Cullum's cronies are the ones that are beating him up,
But so many people, I feel like knew that Cullum was bad, that even the people that worked for Cullum, I feel like didn't really like Cullum. You know what I mean?
Kind of like the guards in the Wizard of Oz.
Yes. I'll say I'm going to beat you up because I'm supposed to, but then I'm not going to. Exactly like the Wizard of Oz. In the heck.
The guards, they followed her. I'm not talking about Wicked. I'm talking about the Wizard of Oz. They followed her and they did everything that she said. But then the second they were dead, they're like, you killed her. You killed the witch. And then they were like, woo, yay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly what it was like. That's exactly what I meant.
That is exactly what the guard did. That's in a deep cut.
So yeah, I don't know why Cullum's people didn't do that for Jason.
Ding dong, the Cullum's dead. Do, 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 do.
Oh my gosh. You should send that to his family. He was apparently so very happy with his death.
I'll call his son. Be like, you want to sing a song with me?
Oh my gosh. Okay, where were you going with that from there?
No, it was just, I don't understand what we're doing. And then that was really it. We only saw him on Monday and Tuesday, I think, maybe. We forgot to mention that Tristan is the new heart surgeon on stuff.
Which also doesn't make any sense because he should be the hand surgeon to replace Isaiah, or we definitely need some more psychiatrists.
I thought he was going to be the transplant surgeon to come in and replace, because that's what Isaiah was. But
does.
it also would have made
sorry.
Hand, but also that would have made sense if he was coming to work on Isaiah's hand. That would have made sense.
Go. See? Sure,
like
that's
an
what my brain
orthopedic
was
surgeon.
trying to think. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I thought you were you were going there.
Sure, yes, absolutely, yes.
You were. Dante was at Windermere picking up evidence, and I guess
also
the
weird.
underground substructure had been cleared out, and Valentin shows up and is asking for help with wanting to buy the house. Sidwell has just been arrested.
Right.
He didn't die.
Right. His assets are frozen.
And
so that means I can buy this house, right?
But he paid cash, remember? He paid cash for it. He owns it outright. There's no bank that is going to be coming after him unless he took out a home equity line of credit or something on it.
Maybe to put that helipad in.
Maybe he did. Maybe for his home improvements. He saw one of the commercials and was like, that sounds like a good idea. Because I can write off the interest on my taxes. Right? Consult your tax attorney, please. Or your tax accountant. I am not one at all. But Dante's like, I don't think it's for sale. The WSB seized all of his assets, which would be the house. And Valentin's like, well, that's what lawyers are for, but still it doesn't make sense.
No.
And he's like, but we want to do a walkthrough.
Right. Dante's suddenly a realtor too.
See how he's left it. Right.
And Charlotte's upset with the wallpaper because why did they put flowered wallpaper all over her room?
Right. And Dante calls him out on it. And he's like, dude, you are doing so much damage to your daughter doing this. And did not agree with this. I appreciate the fact that he is standing up for his ex. I appreciate this. But he says that Lulu is Charlotte's only responsible parent.
Yeah, no.
No. Stable location of home. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Responsible parent. No.
No, but I don't know why Valentin is jumping right to this. I agree that he should be
ridiculous.
Having, like, if he would have said to Carly, thanks for saying I can stay at the Metro Court, but I want a home for Charlotte to stay in on my days. I'm going to call Lucy. That would have made sense. And then if Carly wanted to, she could have then said, well, you could move in with me.
Guys, I am so available to come be a realtor on General Hospital to help Valentin find his new home. I will fly myself out there.
The scenes would be disastrous.
Can Amanda be my assistant, though?
And be the one that speaks for you? Because every time that you got on set with him, you would just be like, and I would be like, she's saying there's property on Pine Streets.
And this is the wall.
I don't know that I would trust you to not have like inappropriate comments there. And there's the bedroom. I'd be happy to accompany you there.
I am very professional. I am very professional.
For every other client, 100%. For Valentin,
Could you picture me actually I could not. There is no way I would ever be able to say anything like that.
Oh my gosh. Nope. No, I'm sorry. You better stick to we want an invite to the nurses' ball where you can sit like across the room and stare at him, because if you have to interact, we're getting fired like day one.
I've already interacted with him.
Yeah, but that was very like organized. Yeah, and not the same. I don't think it's the same as if you were on set with him.
JD was there though, so we'll just get JD to come with me.
Like, I really want to go, but JD needs to be the assistant, or Shannon's not going to be allowed to talk or be able to talk.
Inspector. He can be the home inspector.
There you go.
Aww.
Oh,
all right, so you just talked yourself out of being on the show. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm going to stick with the nurses' ball because I don't want to be part of your disastrous scene. I'm sorry.
It'll be Emmy worthy.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
The silent character that they had on for this role.
But then Nina and Brennan show up, and Charlotte's like, what the heck are you doing here? And Nina's like, well, my brother died here. I'm trying to understand what happened.
Right. He was shot outside. Like, why are you in the house?
Right. But Charlotte, I'm normally not a fan of kids talking back. But what Nina did to her.
Right. Exactly.
She deserves the, I will never forget what you did, like trying to use me to get to my dad, and you guys failed. So
yep.
If she had just done that afterwards, that would have been great.
Right.
That would have been age appropriate, but no, she had to hold it together.
Oh my gosh.
But they were going to look for Sidwell's Column's black box.
Brennan's black box.
Yes, I'm sorry, that Column took. Yes.
Yes.
And then I guess that had that has all the stuff with the Drew stuff in it. Mm-hmm. But Willow is concerned because they're running out of the drug.
Right.
Nina's like, can you just get rid of her trip log like you did last time?
Right.
And he's like, by the way, the 88 didn't hold you because they really don't have anything. And that's when she offered to take him to Windermere. And then Willow went and checked on Drew and says that Scout is living with Alexis now. And Amelia is awake.
Mm-hmm. She
was 4 years older.
Right.
Because she's only 2, right?
Yep.
She's 2 or 3. But I mean,
I don't know, but she's little. She should still be like toddlering
yeah,
around,
she
and
should be in
instead
preschool,
she's
not in
right
1st or
behind,
2nd
like,
grade.
yeah, right behind Wiley.
Yeah. And she made both of their favorite dinners for, or yeah, but she made both of their favorite dinners and made them brownies. And Wiley was wearing his Little League shirt. Did you see what it said? The
No.
Charlie Horses
Oh, that's
is
cute.
the name of his team.
That's cute.
And then Wiley was like, "Can Michael stay for dinner?" And Michael, and then the kids run in. She's like, "Why don't you guys go get the games that, Grandma Nina got for you as a surprise?" And they go back and forth bickering. And he's like, "You changed your trip log," or he says that he didn't change her trip log. And
Right.
then she's like, "I was found innocent." He's like, "Nope, you were acquitted, totally different." And he said that she used to have so much, and she was like, "Until I married you."
Mm-hmm.
And then the kids came out. Wiley has a game called Suckers, and Amelia's was just a green box. I couldn't really see what it said. But Amelia walked in on, Kai had been there earlier
Yes.
getting papers for something. And when Willow left to go get them, Drew knocked the bag over and was like blinking like crazy, like, "Don't say anything."
Right. But Willow already knows that Kai knows that she shot Drew. So I don't know why she was being all extra like, "Drew, stop making eye contact with him." Like, he knows better than anyone else what you're capable of. He ain't crossing you. So
Right.
let Kai go about his day. And he was just trying to cover for, "Oh, Drew knocked this down. Sorry, I knocked it down."
Drew doesn't know that he knows, though.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I don't feel like Willow should still be that upset because she does know.
Right.
So, well, if he
Yeah.
knocked it down. Like,
But,
it's not like Drew is jumping out of his chair. So he has a little bit of movement. You would expect that with a stroke victim after, I
Yeah.
mean, it's been months now. Come on.
Yep. But he's like, "I can't wait to tell Willow." And Drew blinked, no. Like, no,
Right.
no, don't do that. And then she definitely was not buying the fact that the bag just fell, or that
Mhm.
he knocked it over. Sorry, that he knocked it over. And so that's when she put Drew in his room. And then Amelia walked in and saw Drew moving. And then Wiley comes in and is like, "That's great. That's great that you're doing this." And Drew put his finger up to his lips, like telling the kids to shh.
Right. Which I don't understand why he waved at them then. Like, Amelia walked in and it may have thought she saw him move his hand. He could have just not moved anymore, and everyone would have been like, "Oh, Amelia, you are little and you imagined that," or whatever. Once he did the whole on wave to Wiley and shh motion, yeah, he's moving. Like, Wiley's old enough to know
Yeah,
what's up.
but he also probably figured they're just going to go tell Willow. And so if he
Yeah.
tells them shush, maybe in their heads, they're like, "Oh, he's going to surprise mommy."
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Maybe they
I'll
seem
give you
to them
that.
too many
Maybe they think
movies
it's
too.
cute. Right?
Yeah.
They're watching Hallmark every day. Okay.
Yep. Maybe they learned from Grandma Nina, you fake being paralyzed for a really long time. That way the person you love still takes care of you. Maybe she told
And
them that
Grandpa
story.
Sonny. Grandpa Sonny
And
did that
Grandpa
too.
Sonny. Yeah.
So.
These kids don't have a chance. But yeah, so Nina and Brennan didn't find the box.
No, because then we saw someone sneak into the house with gloves on
Gee, I wonder who
and
it
then
was.
stay hidden. And then later on in the week, it was like, "Oh, Valentin is who got the black box." And then he's
I
telling
was
Carly
so
about how,
shocked by
right?
that.
Like, jumped out of your seat. What?
I mean,
And he was
he just
explaining,
left Carly.
right? And he explained to Carly later that was a WSB issued black box because it had special metal, anti-drill metal plates and some kind of agent that would be dispersed if you opened it up without the code. So now he needs to figure it out.
Yep. They've used that kind of technology since like George Washington's days, though, where it was like a cylinder and you'd have to like
Hmm.
solve the code. But then if you messed it up, it would it would have like a hammer that would puncture the vial that would disintegrate whatever was inside of it.
Very cool.
I learned that from Brad Meltzer.
Very, very cool. Don't put
Hmm.
my driver's license, social card, and birth certificate in one of those whenever
No,
I give it to
nope,
you.
nope.
Because when I get back from being on the run, I may not remember my PIN number to get into it, and I don't want to ruin all my documents.
Where are we going after that or from there?
I
We
don't feel
just want to
like it
have like the whole.
flowed. Yeah, like it didn't flow very well this week. Everything, like exciting stuff happened, but it was all definitely categorized in its own little piece.
So then Carly was giving Sonny Donna's stuff, and he's like, "Oh, who do you have plans with?"
Right, because he didn't know. But she was very eager to get out of there. She's like, here's the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have a great day. Bye. See ya.
Right. And
And
then
then
Britt came
he,
over.
well, before that, Sonny said something about who was in her, first asked if Donna had met him, and then said something about who was in her bed. And she was like, that's what you're upset about. And that is none of your business because we aren't together anymore. So stop asking
Yep.
questions. And then as she was leaving, Brick walked in. And he's going to find some information on Valentin. But he says he'll find the information, but he's going to give it to Carly so that she can make her own decision. He's not just going to let Sonny have it to like ruin Valentin.
And he was basically saying, because Sonny said that he needs to be removed. And Brick was like, I'm not doing the entire removal process.
Right.
Like
It's
it's,
up to Carly.
mm-hmm.
I love
He'll
Brick.
get stuff that's incriminating on him. But yeah,
Right.
he's like,
It's
she's
her
family.
decision.
And Sonny's like, yeah, and I'm thinking about my girls or my daughter. He actually only said my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no. He needs to be thinking about Avery too, though, because Avery goes over there a lot.
Does Avery even exist anymore? Like,
I don't
we
know.
haven't heard about her, period. We don't see her at Sunny's. We don't see her at Ava's. And we don't see her at Carly's.
Oh, Amelia was wearing a Lila's Kid shirt. That was what Amelia was
Yes.
wearing.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
that
she
was sweet.
was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we should have been hearing her talk about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Her camp time. Yep.
Yep. So then Carly goes home and Valentin is making his coco van.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a while to make. At least when I make it, like it's a slow and low cook. So like he's making that at night. Like that's, and I don't know. I I could be
Can it
wrong on this.
simmer while you do other activities? Or do you
You
need to
should
babysit
never
it?
leave. You should never let something simmer. If you have it in the oven, it's different. It still takes longer than because yeah, it's a process. He
All
should have been
right.
starting that like around
Hmm.
lunchtime. Okay.
All right.
But he calls her out for because she had gone over to Emma and was like, "Hey Emma, you guys having fun?" When they were at the Metro Court. And she's like, "Yeah, we're having a great time." She's like, "Oh, I heard that your grandma's home. That's great." And she's like, "Yeah, everyone's been great helping her get back to it, especially Valentin." And Emma doesn't know about Carly and Valentin though, right?
Mm-mm.
So that was not like a backhanded whatever.
Nope.
So then Valentin calls her out on skirting around and is like, "What are you thinking right now?" And she asks him, "Who is Anna to you?" And he's like, "She was the first woman that I ever truly loved, but he has no intentions of allowing his past to impact what he has now with Carly." And she was like, "Yeah, but you were on your way to see Anna before you wound up coming here." He's like, "Yeah, and I found you on the way and everything has changed." And then she tripped over Brennan's black box and is like, "What the heck is that?" First of all, why wouldn't you just have that hidden away?
Right? You didn't have time to go put that back up in the attic or something?
Right. So
So.
I don't know. And while that was going on is when we saw Brennan and Nina at the Brown Dog drinking, and she's telling him all about her past and all that, and then he kisses her.
It was like so. You knew it was coming. They've been playing
Hmm.
up to it for all these weeks. It was anticlimactic, in my opinion.
So Dante went to the hospital to schedule a physical because he is going from police commissioner of a few months back to detective.
Sounds totally
Okay.
reasonable.
Okay. But then asks Liz if she knew that Valentin was back in town and thinks that Charlotte might be a bad influence on Rocco.
Right.
Mm, I didn't like that.
No. I did like that Liz was trying to not play both sides of it, but like ease him
Stay out of
into
it.
I see what you're thinking, but Charlotte's not your daughter. And if you say this to Lulu, like how are you going to end up? So
Yeah.
are you sure that that's what you want to say? Is that sure what you're thinking? And teenagers are teenagers, man. Like, come on.
Right. And then Anna went to visit Joss and asked how I like that. I like that she asked, like, okay, so how are you really doing? Because you are now in this life. You know, she wasn't just asking about the bullet wound. She was asking about how are
Right.
you the whole way doing? And Joss told her about how she ran into Cullum that night at Windermere. She found the cigarillos in the book. They talk about the book and stuff. Um, and then Joss thinks that Cassius was telling the truth about not knowing that Anna was taken. Like, he was not who took her. And she asked the same exact question of, do you think Cassius was working for Cullum or with him? And Joss
Mm-hmm.
says she thinks that he was good. But then Anna brought up, did Z ask you to make that statement or did you just offer it?
Yep.
And Anna said, you now owe them a favor.
I hated to agree with her, but she was right.
She's
That's going to
absolutely
come
right.
back.
And she told her to rest up because she's going to need the rest. And then Anna went to Britt and talked to her about.
But they were smart enough to go in the stairwell.
Yes. Yes, they were. And talked about, you know, the fact that she knew that Cassius was Cassius and not Nathan.
Mhm.
And I do like the good amount of compassion a lot of people are giving Britt on, okay, that you've done a lot of really messed up stuff, but like this one
Yeah.
kind of understand that you were being manipulated into thinking you were dying.
Right.
And Anna actually called it genius. And she's like, however, manipulating you into thinking that you were dying is right out of your dad's playbook. And so I
Mhm.
think that it was Cassius. And
Yeah.
she's like, quit bringing up that my dad's alive. My dad's not alive. And why did Anna say that she was just like her father?
Because she had manipulated everyone else. Like with wasn't she talking about like the fact that she ran away and all that stuff? Like you were still trying to get
Yeah.
what you were motivated by what was best for you still. Like I understand
then-
that you were scared to die, but you were still motivated by that.
But then Britt says that they have more in common because she was manipulated into thinking that she was dead, going to die, the same way that Anna was manipulated into thinking that Faison was alive.
Right.
And then that's when Anna said that she was just like her father. Because it reminds her of when she first came to town, talking about, because she brought up the fact of what she did with Patrick and Emma.
Yep.
Yep. And then she says that there was only one good Faison and he's been dead for 8 years. Is she saying that Cesar's good?
No, she's
Or
talking
Nathan?
about Nathan. Nathan.
Okay. Okay. But
Yeah.
he's no, Faison stays on. You don't say, yeah, no.
Faison. Oh, that was what was heartbreaking this week and I don't like this. I'm so mad. I am mad. I forgot. So you said this. No, Liesel and everyone leaving Cody to tell James. We talked about James being
I thought you were going to talk
recast for
about
the
Liesel.
week. No.
Liesel begging Joss to clear Cassius's name. I thought that's what you were going to.
No, that was sad also.
That was devastating. Yeah.
And I can see where Liesel was coming from. And I did feel bad. Like, you could tell that Joss was affected by that also, where she was like, no, you're remembering it wrong. But then whenever Obrecht left her, she was playing back in her head the things that Cassius did that were not typical of a bad guy. And so she was like, maybe he wasn't all bad. And then she like apologized to him under her breath or whatever. No, James, Felicia, and Maxie and Spinelli decide that James needs to know the truth that Cassius wasn't his dad, but Maxie and Spinelli aren't back yet, and they don't want it to come from Felicia because they know that whoever tells James, James is going to hate. So Cody has been elected to be the one to go ahead and tell them, and he's talking to Molly about how devastated he is. And she's like, you're a good person. You're a good guy. Like, James isn't going to hate you. It'll be okay. And then James comes in and they sit there and talk. And he says, remember how your dad said you're going to hear stuff about him and some of it's going to be true and some of it's not? Well, what was true is that's not your dad. that was his twin brother or whatever. And James freaks out like a child would and is like, I hate you, and runs out. And then Liesel is there. And so is
Well, and the
Felicia.
worst part is Felicia brought him to him.
Right.
I
Here,
thought it was going to
I
be
brought this
like
to
Felicia
you.
was not available. Like, you know how like
Right.
James was staying with Cody. I thought
Yes.
that's where it was kind of be was
Yeah.
for whatever reason, Felicia and Mac are out of town, like whatever it is that they're doing, you know, and that they were not available to. And that I thought it was going to be like Cody was making the decision to take it on himself to be the one to so that James didn't hurt them. But no,
Right.
when Felicia brought him over, I'm like,
Yep. She's like, here, you do the dirty work. And he's like, okay. So he tells him,
she should
James
have at least
freaks
been
out.
sitting in the room. They should have
Right?
all.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then he runs out to them and is like, he's saying bad things about my dad. Tell me that that's not true. And poor Obrecht is like, no, actually, what he's saying is true. That wasn't your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad was Nathan and he was wonderful and whatever. And then they say something about him doing his riding lesson or whatever. And he's like, no, I hate Cody. I don't want to be around Cody ever again. He was being mean about my dad. And he like runs out. And I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
Right. And none
If
of them. Mm-mm.
No, if I had something bad to tell my kids, I would not call you up and be like, hey, so can you tell Madeline this really bad thing? Because if I tell her, she's going to hate me. So I just need you to do it so that she hates you instead. Like, what?
No.
No.
But then
Not
Molly
okay.
was so sweet, helping him through like what just happened. And she makes him s'mores and he's like, these are James's favorite. And she's like, dang it. Like,
Right? Yep.
but then she tells him that she overheard him telling James, like, when he was going to go on his book tour or on her book tour and miss James's baseball games, that, you know, sometimes you just do these things for people you love. And she's like, and I've been kind of just waiting for you to tell me. And as Cody starts to say it, she's like, no. She's like, you just sacrificed so much for James. I want you to hear it from me first. And she says that she loves him and he loves her. And
Yes.
that was cute. I love that.
They are adorable. I do love their love story.
Yes. Emma and Gio were cute this week too.
But I don't understand why Emma, like when Emma first started questioning him about, are you sure this is what you want to do? I was like, okay, she knows that he didn't go into this trying to get a record contract. He was just trying to support Trina. So did he sign this contract just to help Trina? And now he's going to be in over his head. But then the more that they talked, it was like she didn't want him to do it. Like she was jealous or upset or something. Because even Gio's like, why are you telling me not to do this? And I'm like, no, I don't, that's not how this conversation started. Like you changed it in the middle of it. What?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's going to go well. And I think that it's going to break up the friend group,
Yeah.
which stinks. So,
Right. Because they've been so
and then
cute.
the only thing we have left is Ethan and Lulu and her whining
Sure, go
about
ahead.
everything that she did. And there's consequences. Okay. But then Ethan was nice and said, so how are you dealing with the fact that the guy that you were dating is not who he says he was? And she's like, well, I guess that explains why he was willing, or like, she's like, I endangered my friendship with Maxie over nothing. It's like, that's what you're getting out of this? That's
Right. But Ethan tries to be nice and is like, yeah, but Cassius wasn't trying to draw attention to himself. And he chose to date you, even though that obviously drew attention. So he must have
right.
had sincere feelings, which was a very nice thing for him to say. I don't know that I 100% believe that, but it was a very nice
I
thing
do.
for him to say.
Because I think it's true. I think that Cassius wanted some kind of a relationship. You know, he knew that it was in his best interest not to, but he did. Because, I mean, especially with your widow's best friend, you know, because of anyone, they would probably be more likely to notice something being off about you, you know, maybe not to the intimate level, but personality wise, like they definitely at least know you well enough. And,
Like
you know,
Lulu
the periodic
even
table
said
thing.
last week. Yeah.
Right. So, you know, he took a really big risk doing that. But then we find out that Ethan has not had a girlfriend in like 15 years.
Right.
And he's asking about Ava.
And Lulu's like, no, that's just trouble.
Yeah. Well, he basically said Ava's out of his league.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was it. Man, that was a loaded week.
It was. It didn't seem like, excuse me, it seemed like that much, but we added our own ridiculousness into it. So
As always.
Reality check.
All right, so how was your week?
my week was crappy. Remember how last week I was like, I'm just going to get my whole life together and it's going to be like so much better?
Yeah. You have 10
Yeah.
days, the 27th, right? It's 10 days, okay.
I'm going to need some like drastic changes in the next 10 days because it didn't work this week. So, um, I don't know if I mentioned it on here last week, but Madeline was sick and then she continued to be sick.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
she was sick and then she was sick Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday, she got this funky rash all over her. It was like these little pink bumps. And Megan used to get them whenever she was younger and she had strep throat. And so I was like, okay, it's a strep rash. We'll go to the doctor. So we went to the doctor on Monday and they were like, she tested negative for strep. And so they were like, oh, it's just a virus that has to work its way out. She's fine. And I was like, okay, but she's not fine. She's still covered in these dots. But then by Tuesday, she had been fever free for 24 hours. And so I was like, oh, okay, like all is good. All is wonderful.
Yeah.
And she asked to take a walk to the gas station that's like literally 5 seconds from my house.
Right down the hill?
And
Yeah.
so I let her. And then she came back and she was fine. And then she went out a little bit later with Emily. And Emily calls me and is like, I'm bringing your child back to you. We're not done shopping, but I'm bringing her back because she is like all sweaty and gross. Her eyes are all bloodshot and glazed over. And she said she feels like she's going to pass out. And so I'm assuming that walking to the gas station was just like too much after being sick. So parenting fail there. And so then she was
No.
sick for the next like
You said
2.5,
that
3
free.
days.
She was fever free for 24 hours.
She
and
was
you
fever-
allowed her to resume normal activities.
Well, I should have paid attention to the fact that it was so hot. So
To the fact that she was fever free for 24 hours and able to resume typical activities.
but I should have told her she
It
couldn't
was
because
hot.
it was
Okay,
too,
it was hot.
It was
But
too
that was
hot.
not a parenting fail.
It was a parent. I feel like it was a parenting fail. So anyway, then she ended up with this like horrible headache that would not go away. Like she was crying. Her headache was so bad. And so then I was like, I just don't know what to do with you. So it was like constant drugging. And like at one moment she was so upset. I was like, I think you're dehydrated. Do I need to take you to the ER? Like they're not going to do anything except for give you fluids. You need to drink more water, but you're so upset. I don't know what to do. So I did not take her to the ER, but there was that level of like, oh, I just feel so bad or whatever. And then, I was mad at myself. Did you see the cute pink bear cups from Starbucks?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. So I don't.
I'm not a big Starbucks person, so I don't.
I'm not a big Starbucks person either.
You call it
Madeline,
Starbies. Yes, you are.
The girls call it Starbies. Madeline loves Starbies. And I usually am doing Dunkin' or whatever, but they advertised like a week or so ago that they were coming out with these cute bear cups. And it's a glass cup in the shape of a bear. It's only like this big, but it has a little pink ball cap on. And then out of the straw topper is a little strawberry. And it was so freaking cute. And so I was like, I want this cup. Well, after we went to the doctor, because they said she was fine, we went to Target. There's a Starbucks at Target. And I was like, they're going to say they sold out like hours ago because they did them back at like Christmas time and everybody bought them and like they're on eBay for $1 gazillion or whatever. So we get into Target. It's like 11:30 or so. And she goes up and asks if they have any more. And the lady is like, we just sold out. And I was like, oh. So then we went next door to Giant Eagle after shopping. And the lady says to her there, we just sold out. Like this was like an hour later. We just sold out. And so Madeline's like, let's go on a bear hunt. Let's go find this bear for you. And I'm like, no, I'm going to be a responsible adult. I am not going to buy this. It's like $30. I'm not going to spend $30 for this glass bear that I do not need. I don't even drink Starbucks like often. I don't need this bear. And now I am having whatever the opposite of buyer's remorse is because they're all over Facebook. And I'm like, I want this darn bear cup, but I refuse.
It'll be replaced by something in a week.
Probably, but I refuse
still
to
upset
pay
that I
all
did
the
not get my
money.
Pride and Prejudice book face.
See?
But there's a difference.
There is. Your purchase was way cheaper than this dumb bear cup, but he's so cute. Did you look up the picture? He's so cute.
I did look him up. He's cute, yeah.
He's adorable. I'm assuming it's a girl. She is so cute. So now I'm like, and of
It's a
course on
glass bear,
Facebook,
isn't it?
it's yes. Well, it has a pink. The pink hat and the strawberry. I feel like it's more girly because the one at Christmas time had a green hat on, and so to me it's like a boy girl set. But maybe not. Whatever. I'm not trying to assume the bear's gender. It can do whatever it wants with its hat. I don't care. But it's adorable.
It is
So
cute, yeah.
every like multiple things on Facebook because of all the different like Starbucks groups come up on my like For You page or whatever, are people being like today, oh, I just happened to go into Starbucks and I guess they got another shipment and I got my bear. And I'm like, man, I want this stupid bear and I didn't buy it. So I'm mad at myself for that. And then today I took my mom for the doctor appointment. Oh, she was in the hospital Thursday through Saturday. She got out of the hospital. They have regulated her blood pressure and her blood levels so it's not so thin or whatever. And so I got to take her to the appointment for her memory and cognitive stuff. And they officially diagnosed her with dementia, which I'm happy. I'm happy for the diagnosis and where to go from here and stuff, but now I'm already overwhelmed by the thought of all of where we're going from here. And so, nope, I
But
just
you
want to
have
do
an
over.
answer and a path. Like that's
That is true.
you
But
you know what you should be working towards.
yes,
What you will
and
be working towards because you've already done a lot that you've already told me and what you just got it. So
in a few days my brain will be there, but for now I'm just like I want to do over. I did not enjoy any part of this week. It was all Madeline sick and the stuff with my bear or my mom, and then the bear is just a topper of I did things wrong. So that's that ridiculousness. How about you? Did you have a better week? Did you get a cool cup? Did you
I did
not have?
I did
Well, you
not get a
said one
cool
of your
cup.
kids were sick, so you got gypped with that.
Yeah, my son was sick. Yep. He's been sick all week. It was just like a really, really hot week here and we're in we're getting some of the smoke from the wildfires and that was kind of I am not at all it's driving me crazy seeing people
I
complaining about
know,
the smoke and how inconvenient it is and I'm like
right?
I have my house, I have my family, like there are people losing
Everything.
everything. But I went out to brunch with a friend that I haven't seen in a while and it was funny because literally as soon as my daughter got her job she was one of the first people I was thinking I was like, oh, I can go get lunch with her because I haven't had lunch with her in forever. And we always go to Burgertory. And she texted me probably 2 or 3 days after I had already thought about that. And she's like, hey, what do you think we could get together sometime? It's seriously probably been, I think the last time I saw her in person was before Erica moved in
Oh
because
my
she was
goodness.
right. Because I would see her, she taught my Zumba class. And then I stopped going to Zumba because Erica needed my car. So I gave that up. And I hadn't, she didn't teach it anymore. But like just stuff. And so, and then my daughter's been with me like almost 24/7 for the past year and such. And I was like, I can finally figure this out. In January, I don't plan anything in January because the weather just stinks. So whenever she had her job
Right.
in the winter, I'm like, no, because the snow and the ice can change everything. So I never make plans. But so we went out, and first of all, my daughter's work schedule changed a little bit. So they were done at noon. And so we had made plans last Friday. And I was like, are we going to our usual place, which is always Burgatory? And she's like, well, do you want to go there or First Watch? I was like, your call. She's like, let's do First Watch. Sure enough, my daughter asked to go to Burgatory like a half hour later. We don't go to Burgatory. Like, that's not, it's once or twice a year, maybe. We could go years without going there. It's like not somewhere that we regularly go. So I'm like, that's crazy that my daughter just asked to go to Burgatory and whatever. So she and I went to brunch at First Watch yesterday and we were done probably by like 11:30ish because then I had to go pick up my daughter at noon.
Mhm.
And it was like as soon as I stepped out to get my daughter, it's like you start to feel it. And then as soon as we got home, we're only 10 minutes away. It was just like white
Yeah.
everywhere. And then it got like kind of darkish and stuff. JD's boss told him just work from home today to not have
Oh
to worry about
wow.
it. So many people must have worked from home today because and then on top of it, we blew up one of our bridges this week. And and that happened yesterday morning too. So a lot of people thought that that's what that was. A lot of people thought that
Mm,
that was the smoke from the bridge. And it's like, no,
yes.
no,
No.
this is from the Canadian wildfires. But So my son typically takes an hour to get to work, and it took him like a half hour to and from, because there was zero
Nice.
traffic anywhere. But yeah, I mean, it's been like a weird week. So like I literally did not leave the house today because I was like, no, I don't have to go out, and I'm not going to. So, but I mean, it's so hard watching stuff like that and not being able to help and do. Well,
Right.
and my daughter's work was canceled today because, and fair, like absolutely.
No, I felt like it was a lot. Like I had to take my mom to this appointment because I'm getting my life
Mhm.
together before the 27th. But taking her out, I was like, "Are you okay?" Like I do feel like this is a lot. And luckily, I was able to park close to the hospital, so she wasn't breathing it in,
We
like
were very
actively
close to the
walking.
top
But
hazardous air quality today.
yeah,
We were we were 20 points away from it.
right. It was really bad. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised
So
that
if you're
people are
dealing with that, I'm
whatever.
so sorry. Like I don't even know what to say with that stuff. It's just
Right. Especially considering like we're not right next door. You know what I mean? Like we're close, but we're
right.
not like
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there. So I can't even imagine what they're dealing with it being right there in their own backyards. That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess really not a lot going on here either. So I
See,
mean,
do-over week. We just
nothing great, nothing bad. There we go.
rewind.
Just like we're rewinding to Valentin Part 3. And it'll be October of 2021 through December of 2023.
All right.
And then we'll have Part 4. And just remember, if you are available August 1st, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, shoot us a message, pure54podcast@gmail.com. And we will get you on the pizza, Pinot. Oh, yeah, it's going to be like make your own pizza, but bring your own favorite pizza, whatever. Pinot, if you don't want Pinot, if you want Prosecco instead, if you want Moscato, I don't care. I'm going to drink Pinot. I don't know if it's Noir or Grigio yet.
I'll be doing
Pajamas,
Dr.
optional.
Pepper.
I'm totally wearing pajamas. And we're going to talk about Port Charles. Well, General Hospital, but yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too. It'll be fun.
It will. So have a good week. Hopefully a more exciting week than this one was for me. So.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review. And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.